everyone, it's Sam here and I'm back with another 3D make, and this time I've got a lovely mailbox gift box. Now I have a few of these on the channel. I will have a mailbox playlist. It'll either pop up here or it'll be at the end of the video. These are really fun. I have tiny cute little ones. I've done them for Valentine's. I did do a Christmas one, but it's a good few years ago now. So you just open the front here, this drops down and you have your lovely gift box. Lots of space inside there. You can personalize this. I think it's lots of fun, and then that just pops back inside. So it's nice and easy to make, so let's get started. So to make the post box, you're going to want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 7 by 11 3/4. I've used A4. You can use the 11-inch, your letter size. Yours will just be slightly smaller, but I'll talk you through that. But along the 7-inch side, you want to score at this way. So you're going to score at 3 3/4 and at 6 3/4. And then along the long side, you want to score at 3 inches from each end. So 3 inches and then rotate and 3 inches. So whether yours is 11 inches or my size, it doesn't matter. Like I said, yours will just be a little bit smaller, but score at 3 inches on each side. Do that on 2 of your pieces. I've then cut this piece of card, which is again that longer A4 length. Yours might be 11. If it's 11, it might not wrap around. That's the only thing. So just wait till I get to that part to check. And I've cut it so it's 5 5/8. And this is the case. This is going to wrap around. And this is the pearlized card from Craft Stash. Let me just grab. I think it's the. Oh yeah, here it is. It's the Christmas red. It's 310 GSM, and I've used the black to make my stand because it's so strong. It's a wonderful card. Really, really lovely. So I'm trying to get into the habit of using this more. So moving on to the stand, this piece here is 9 by 8 1/4. Along the 9-inch side, you're going to score at 2 3/4, 4 1/4, 7 and 8 1/2. And then rotate it, and you're going to score at 1 1/2 and at 6 3/4. And then what I've done with the base, so this is 3 by 5. You might want to make yours bigger. If you feel maybe you're putting something a bit heavier in top, or you just want something that's got a bigger base, maybe you're adding little Christmas trees and other things to it, then you can. This can be any size really, but I thought 3 by 5 is going to balance that okay. But I have stuck 3 other pieces of cardstock using construction glue behind. If you've got some grey board, you might want to use that as well, but you can see that's quite thick now. It's only just been stuck together, but by the next day that will be rock hard and it's going to hold that really nicely. So we'll make the main box. So fold and burnish all of your score lines. I think I did all of mine, yeah. And then we want to do some cutting. So you're going to cut up the score lines along the short side just to the first score line. Again, that one there, that one you can remove completely. Come down to this side like so, and again that one. Repeat that on the other piece, and then just take a little wedge off of the corner like so. Next we can stick these together, and then just lay that one down over the top. Okay, so this is all going to come around and stick together like so. So decide what you want to be the front or the back. I'm going to have, this is going to be the front. If we open this back up, if I fold these ones and these ones, these are actually going to be your side pieces. So what we can do is take off like half of it, 3/4, just take a chunk of it off like so. Okay, so again, just bring that around. The join's going to be on the bottom. So for the front, these are going to fold in so they hold the gift and help hold the box like so. That one's going to come down, and then this is going to fold up, and then it's going to be a little lip that's going to just tuck in underneath the kind of arched part there. So again, if I open this up, so you've got the tab on the right hand side. This one here, you just want to take a little wedge just off of the sides there. And just tidy up this one as well. Don't need to take a wedge off of it. You want to keep this one straight, but if you've got any of your score line, you might just want to remove that. Repeat that again. So this one, I'm going to take a little bit more of a wedge, just so you don't have any of it sticking out. And then actually this is going to be the back, so you can take a little bit more of that because you're going to seal the back completely. Okay, so back round to this way. So you tab on the right hand side, and this is going to be the back. Okay, so just put a little mark there so you know where you are when we put this together. Again, I'm going to use the quick grab glue, just run that all the way down. And then just flip it over, fold that side over, and then fold the other one. And they should all line up. Just give that a minute to dry. So again, so the back one here. So I'm going to fold in, and fold the bottom one up first. It doesn't really matter with the back. Add my glue. And fold in each side. I'm going to be covering this again, so you just want to get it all down and don't worry too much how it looks. And whilst that's wet, because you're not going to see the sides of this, so I'm going to add, is that going to be big enough? No, I have to cut another piece. But you want to cut yourself, just for the back, you'll want one piece of 3 3/4 by 3. So I'm going to stick that over there. I might actually emboss it as well. I think that'd be a nice detail. So I'm going to look at one of my embossing folders and stick that onto the back. Okay, so that is stuck on the back. I've just used my Ditsy print embossing folder. I think that adds a really nice festive detail to the back. And we're going to do that again with the front. So this piece, because we need it to be able to close, this is 3 by 4.5. Along that 4.5 side, you want to score at 3 3/4. Okay, and then just fold that over. So this is going to stick now onto that front one. It's going to come from the front up, so it kind of falls down like a post box. And you're going to stick it just onto that front piece, and then we're going to attach it. Well, I'm going to use hook and loop inside there. So all you need to do is add your glue just to this piece. And I'm going to emboss the other piece that I stick on this. So this one I'm just going to leave plain. I'm going to do a little matte layer and emboss that. So just fold that around as that all sticks down. You can open it up if you want. If you want to tidy that up, you could add another piece over the front of that as well, which I might do. That actually creates a bit of weight for it to drop down as well. And then they open it up and they can see everything inside. I mean, I'm just thinking you could cut this one off, because I'm only making one of these. You'll find in my videos when I do this, when I'm making one, I'll change things as I go. I think we can get away with removing that. Those of you that watch the videos first, then you will kind of obviously know then to do that when it's flat, but we can still cut this whilst it's together. So just fold those out and just try and do it in one go. If you've got some long scissors, it just makes it a little bit easier, although these need to be resharpened. There we go, because they will create a kind of closure for the side so you can't see the gift inside. That's then going to clip around the top. Yeah, so now when it comes down, you've then just got your doors to open it, which I think works much better. So I'm going to cut another piece of that size to go on here. So again, 3 by 3 3/4, and then I'm going to do a matte layer on the front of this, because I'm going to have a little message on here as well, but I'm going to emboss a piece that is 2 3/4 by 3.5. Okay, so I've now got my closure, which I'm really pleased with. In fact, I'm going to add the hook and loop now. I'm going to have to trim a little bit because the other ones are too small that I've got. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off that side, get the loops, and then just trim a little bit off that one. And I'll line that flat edge up with the fold, like so, and then line it all up and just let that fall down. You might want to add mats and layers to this as well. I still could to the top one. The sides I wouldn't worry about because you're going to stick this onto it and that's going to strengthen it. So this is that other piece that I told you to cut earlier. What I would recommend you do is just add a nice curve through this because it will be easier to stick into that shape. Again, you could emboss this if you want to, but this is now going to stick to both sides. I'm hoping mine's going to, I did work it out, yeah. Now, if yours is 11, let's just imagine, Yeah, I think it's still going to work. You're just going to have a smaller arch. It might stretch it a little bit, but that's how it will look if you've got the size that I've used. You can see you can easily access the hook and loop still and drop it down. I think this is going to look very cute. So I'm going to add my glue next all over the sides and stick that down. Okay, I've just taken this bit out. It comes out fine, but I think it might be a little bit easier. We just take a little wedge. So we cut one off, about 1/4 of an inch in. Use that one on the other side as your little guide. Well, you can measure. It's just a quick little way to ensure then that they're the same. But that way, yeah, it just goes in. It's just a lot easier. Yeah, no, that works fine. That's better. Okay, so we've got the post box, and now we can make the base, or the stand, should I say. So again, fold and burnish all those score lines. Now you might want to add some sand into this. I know when I made my other post box a couple of years ago now, I think I said in that one you could add something like a bit more of a weight to it. Maybe you've got a few little stones or something you can put inside. So again, you just want to cut along the long side. You want to cut up all those score lines to the first score line. Remove that little corner one that I did there. So you can see they're all freed up. Come along this side. Again, just cut up. Remove that one like so. So this is all going to come around. Again, decide what you want to be the front or back. I mean, you see all of it, but obviously that's going to be the front there. So that's going to stick on top of there. So I want these two to be the last ones I stick down. So you've just got a nice kind of continued flow of the card wrapping around. So if I open that up, you've got the tab on the right, fold those two down. So you want to keep them as a square shape. All the others, just take a little bit off of each side so that they can conceal nicely underneath this one here. And then because this has got a coating on it, I'm going to use red tape. This is very strong. I'm just going to run that. I haven't got the 1/2 inch, but that should be fine. I might just double that up actually. Okay, and again flip it over. You've got the sticky side, and then flip over the other side there. Already so strong. So they're the ones that I want to stick down last. So I'm going to stick the bottom one. I'm going to use the construction glue now. This will take a little bit longer to grab, but it will eventually dry. Stick one of the sides down and then stick that one down there. So I'm going to take the base. Just be careful with that. It's just for the front. You see, you just got that nice finish there. So actually I'll stick that one again. Just do the same with the back. You don't see any of this because it's going to go on top of the, you know, it's all going to be hidden. Again, that one. And I'm just going to go over the glue on that one and on that one. So this one I'm going to stick in the middle of my base, whatever size you're using. And then whilst that's drying, I'm going to stick this down at the same time, and then I've got a bit of wiggle room. So just place that down. And you just want to make sure that you've got it all equally spaced. So just grab your ruler, just check your sides. So I'm looking at 3/4. Yeah, it's about 3/4 in on each side. And from the top and bottom, just over an inch, about 1 1/8 of an inch. So that's the bottom there. Okay, so it's now the next day, and I have decorated a little bit. So everything is really, really strong. The base, this is just, it's a lovely, I mean, it's a nice decorative piece. My mat's a little bit warped, but it does stand straight because I checked it earlier. I've decorated it with this lovely little wreath. This was from like the Works or somewhere. I've had it a few years. I've got like a box of all Christmas little decorations that I like to put on the 3D makes. I also just got my hot glue and ran it just all randomly around the bottom, and then I used some little faux polystyrene balls just around the edge there. You could use the fake snow. I mean, that's all optional. You might not be doing yours for Christmas. These make really nice Valentine's style gift boxes. Could be a birthday gift box as well. And then I've made this little mail sign here. Very, very easy to do. Again, optional, but I'll show you how to attach it. So I've cut myself 2 strips of 3/4 by 5, stuck those together. Again, using construction glue, so it's gonna be nice and strong. The mail I just stamped using some alphabet stamps in my stash, and then I've cut a piece of 2 by 1 3/4, and then I've just done a black layer and then a white layer, just slightly smaller than that size, just so the mail kind of stands out a little bit more. And I want to have this punched on the side here so it can go down like so, but then it can obviously come up. We don't have these in the UK. Well, some people might, but it's not how our mail is delivered. We have it through our front doors, through a letterbox. So I'm not entirely sure how that is supposed to be, but I am going to pop it about there, I think. So just grab a pen. Again, you might want to do this before you stick this all together. I'm going to use my hole punch here. This allows me to go in. Things like that would probably... oh no, because you've got the tab there. Yes, you are going to probably want to do this before, or to be fair, you could probably just pierce through very carefully. Put your hand under there and use a piercing tool and just push through. As long as you've got enough room to fit the brad or the split pin, that's all that's needed. I'm going to do a smaller hole. And then again, just do a little mark and punch through here. There we go. And I've just got a black brad. Pop that through. I want to have it quite tight, so I'm going to really push it against so that it can hold itself up when I move it. Yay, I think I'll probably just have it on the side. And there is my finished mailbox. Now obviously you could decorate this a lot more if you want. You might want to have pattern paper all over this, but I kind of like its simplicity. Is that even a word that I usually say? I just think it looks really nice. It's going to look lovely under the tree. I will probably write to and from on the base, but I will know who I'm going to give this to anyway. I'm going to put a special gift in this one. So I think it's great for some money, that kind of big present, maybe that gift, a nice, you know, high value gift voucher. I think it's a really, really special. So I hope you've enjoyed this mailbox gift box from me today. Check out my playlist with other Christmas kind of mailboxes and fun packaging ideas. You might want to watch that next for some inspiration. The products, so the cardstock that I've used and the embossing folder, will be linked in the description box below. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.